it will be almost the instantaneous. I said it. I have to say it. It will be almost the instantaneous rate of change because the points are so close to each other. It's almost, not exactly, almost the instantaneous rate of change at P. Okay, so now let's go back and pick any function you want. I'm going to share my screen. Pick any function you want, either quadratic or rational, so we can, or both, so we can determine the difference quotient for those functions. Or you can just make one up. So make up a quadratic function for me. So let's start with a quadratic. And then a rational. Any function you can think of that is quadratic, any that is rational. And let's determine the difference quotient for each. Ready?
F of x equals x squared minus 16.
Okay, let's say 16x plus 3. Perfect. And the rational function? Uh, 2x minus 1 over x plus 3. This is quadratic, the degree is 2. This is rational because it has a ratio of two polynomials. So this is a rational function, and this is a quadratic function. Perfect. So what are we trying to do? Find and simplify the difference quotient for these functions. I'm going to write the difference quotient again. And you have to remember it, please. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. We'll start with the quadratic. And I'm going to ask a few questions, and then I'm going to list some steps. First question that I would like to ask is, do I have this? Do I have it?
Yeah.
Of course, it's right here. But keep in mind that you will have minus in front, which will change all signs of the function itself when I get to put it all together. So I have f of x, but this minus will be negative x squared, and then positive 16x, and then negative 3. Do I have h? Yeah, nobody can change that. Do I have f of x plus h?
No.
No, I do not have f of x plus h, and this is how I have to start. This is my starting point, f of x plus h. Can anyone dictate? Anyone I haven't heard from? Tyler, Jessica, Anthony, Zukra, anyone I haven't heard from yet? Liam, anyone?
You would just plug in x plus h into f of x.
Excellent.
Everywhere there's an x.
Very good. Great job. Good. So now, Tyler, will you tell me how to square x plus h?
It would be x squared
Excellent.
plus 2xh.
Excellent. That's all I wanted to hear. You made me very proud. Good. So now I can say I have all pieces. I even have this one. I have all the 3 pieces that I have to put together in this format to determine the difference quotient. But there are 3 different things that we have to put in writing before we proceed. Here's number 1. All terms without h must disappear, must go away, must simplify in the numerator. If they don't, I'm not on the right track. Something is terribly wrong. Number 2, h from the denominator must cancel out, must simplify as well. If it doesn't, I'm in trouble. It means that the first part is not correct. It means that not all terms without h have disappeared. Some terms with h can disappear too, but definitely all terms without h must go away. And number 2, h from the numerator, from the denominator, this one has to cancel out, simplify with something. And number 3, just to make sure you understand, and I think I'm on page 3. Number 3, h, some term or terms with h must still be in the final answer. H is still present in the final answer. If all ages are gone, then you know, oops, something is terribly wrong. Okay, we are ready to put together the difference quotient. You will learn very soon that sometimes I run out of room. My apologies. So I'm replacing f of x plus h with all this. So x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 16x minus 16h and plus 3. And remember what I said a few minutes ago? I reached this point, but I have to distribute -1 to these 3 terms. So minus x squared plus 16x and minus 3. And of course, everything over h. Now at the top, if all terms without h do not simplify, I have an error somewhere. X squared, yes. Negative 16x, positive 16x. Positive 3, negative 3. So my first step is good. Now I look and see that 3 terms are left. What would I have to do next? What do you think? In order to accomplish step number 2. Look at these 3 terms and say something about them.
They all contain h.
So we'll
Factor
put
it out.
Thank you very much. Excellent. And that's how in the next step, h will go away. What is left? And how many? Yes, I'm ready. Sorry.
Is it h plus 2x minus 16?
Yes, you can start with that if you want. That's fine. H plus 2x minus 16. That's fine. So the answer is, and I'm going to still write it as 2x plus h minus 16. So h from the denominator went away, and I still have h present in the final answer. Yes, I do. So that was a difference quotient. What does this represent? The rate of change of the function that we picked between p and q. Any questions? Now, of course, the rational function is slightly more difficult, 2x minus 1 over x plus 3. Let me copy it here. And for this function, however, there is no need for prep. This was a prep. I needed to do it by itself on the side before I put it in. But here, there is no need. Or if you want, we can still write it. So what is f of x plus h? Can anyone dictate f of x plus h? We can still do it. But it's not as long as it was for the quadratic function. So then, anyone?
X minus 1/3.
We're talking about f of x plus h.
2x plus 2h minus 1
2x
over
plus 2h minus 1 over x plus h plus 3. Anyone has any questions on this? Don't be shy.
Can you explain how he got that?
Yes,
Is he just plugging in f of x into the x's of the...
it's the same concept.
Okay, so he's just plugging x back into the x's in the ratio.
Exactly, the same concept. So when I see x, I plug in x plus h.
Okay, that's simple. Thank you.
Very good. Please ask any questions. So if this is x plus h, I still have to distribute 2 to x plus h. But here there is nothing in front. In other words, there is only 1, so I don't have to distribute anything. So it's x plus h plus 3. So now the difference quotient, again from the beginning, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. I copy f of x plus h, 2x plus 2h minus 1 over x plus h plus 3 minus 2x minus 1 over x plus 3. Okay, everything is the same.